Hello there. I hope you're having a wonderful day and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from or watching from. Thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. This is Headward View, and this is an update in regards to um, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Just an update on his passing. It's a sad, sad time, especially for those who know him, especially his family, and those who watch him grow. You know, they say it was an American son just by watching the Bill Cosby show, and you just kind of knew them from that time, and a lot of people feel really sad. And I happened to be one of, I was really shocked when I heard it. I was shocked. This is an update that I have for you, and also some of the comments from friends who knew him and what they have to say about him. Please do not forget to keep his family in prayer, especially the daughter and his wife and mom, all that, and his mom, all that are close to them, and every other people who are feeling it at this moment. Leave a prayer, and God bless you.
I love you, and I know you're watching over all of us now.
Raven Simone delivers an emotional message after the death of her Cosby Show co-star Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Following news of the actor's accidental drowning death in Costa Rica, Raven, who played Denise Huxtable's precocious stepdaughter Olivia on the series, delivers a heartfelt tribute to Malcolm-Jamal in an audio-only clip on Instagram. The cover photo for the video features the words "I love you" and a dove emoji. Raven holds back tears while remembering her late colleague and friend.
Words cannot describe the pain and sadness and surprise that I feel with the recent loss of MJW. He was the big brother. He was a beacon. He was one of the most multifaceted, talented men. So gentle. And my heart and soul and hugs and kisses go out to his daughter and his wife and his mother. He gave the best advice. He gave the best hugs. And his smile will always be a huge, bright, white smile in my head forever. I love you, and I know you're watching over all of us now. Bye, Malcolm.
Other celebs have reacted to Warner's death as well, including Beyoncé, who shared a throwback photo of the actor from his days as a child star on the sitcom alongside text which read, "Rest in power, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Thanks for being a part of our shared television history. You will be missed."
I hate to bring up the sad news, but news did break today of the untimely passing of Malcolm-Jamal.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
And you got your start on the Cosby Show.
Smitty, Justine is going to hate you for this. Why? Because once she spends an evening in this limousine with us, the rest of her life is downhill.
I was Malcolm was so nice to me when I was on the show, and we had such good times together. I was probably 18 and Malcolm was probably 17, 16, I don't know.
Wow.
And we would take walks together, all of us, and pick up food, talk, played basketball, hung out on the weekends, went to parties together. He was so good to me as a person, and his mom was amazing to and I'm just sending my love to the family. Malcolm was a true great person, hilarious, smart kid, and meant a lot to America.
Just absolutely heartbreaking at only 54 years.
Absolute great man. I'm so sorry to his wife and his child too.
Thank you for your insight and for sharing those memories with us.
Some sad news to report. Actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner, best known for playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has died. TMZ was the first to report the death of the 54-year-old, saying it was an accidental drowning in Costa Rica following The Cosby Show. He held featured roles in the sitcoms Malcolm and Eddie and read between the lines. Let's bring in Grammy-nominated poet and author Kevin Powell, who was friends with Warner. I feel like whenever I saw Malcolm-Jamal Warner on television in recent years, he was always preaching positivity and with such a light. Just talk to us about the success of that role on The Cosby Show and what he meant to you.
Oh my God, this is the first interview I'm doing about this. And my phone's been blowing up since this news came out. He was humble. He was kind, very supportive of other people. You would have never known that he was a major child star. Very well adjusted. As we know, a lot of our child stars don't have happy adult lives for a lot of reasons. Malcolm did. Married, daughter, poet, published poet. I got to publish him as a poet, Grammy winner, Grammy nominated. He's an incredible musician, just a great human being. And I literally, Miss Duncan, I gasped when I heard the news, and I thought it was a hoax. I couldn't believe it, because he's someone who really cared about a lot of people. He was never someone who was, into the celebrity of it. He knew who he was. Mm-hmm. He knew, that he was America's son. He literally was America's son. As the only male child on that historic show, The Cosby Show, he was America's son. And you can see, I've been on social media for the last hour or so, and just the outpouring of grief. And, it's trauma. It's traumatic for us who are, this is traumatic. I feel the same way we felt when Matthew Perry from Friends died. It's that kind of loss, because it's someone you came of age with. And as someone, who has been around pop culture for a long time myself, MTV, Vibe, hip hop, all of it, it hurts anytime you lose someone. And to see someone who was so full of life, 54 is young, and that he was on a family vacation in Costa Rica. He's just like, my gosh, like, why him? Why?
Kevin, do you remember your last conversation with him?
Wow, that's a great question. We text a lot. That was my man. We text a lot about poetry and about music. And we always kind of check in with each other. One of the things I'm most proud of, and one of our most recent conversations when hip hop turned 50 a couple years ago. I was editing a special issue of a magazine, and I asked Malcolm, because he has a lot, he had his podcast, and so he had a strong. This is someone who also directed music videos. People don't realize that he also is a lifelong hip hop head. So he wrote a beautiful, powerful poem that he said his wife approved, that we published in a special issue of African Voices, 50th anniversary of hip hop. And so, that's the one that stands out to me, because he loves hip hop the way I do. But, as someone who's married, who loves his daughter, his wife, he was also concerned about a lot of the images that were being put out there. And so that became kind of his thing in the last few years. Like, how are we representing ourselves as a community, as a people, with the art that we're creating? That sticks with me, because he was someone who in the city had a huge platform. He had a famous name, and people would pay attention if he said certain things. So that's who Malcolm was. That's who Malcolm-Jamal was. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to give this last question sort of an opportunity for you to tell us how you would like him to be remembered. I mean, you said all of these beautiful things about him already, but how do you think he would want the world to remember him? How do you want the world to remember Malcolm-Jamal Warner?
I'm trying not to get emotional here. I've been asked to write a piece for Newsweek about this. I have to turn around fast. He was a son. He was a father. He was a husband. He was an artist. He was someone who really cared about people. He really cared about people. You introduced me as a Grammy-nominated poet. He was one of the first people who congratulated me. He was so supportive of other people. And he's the kind of person who, yes, he was a celebrity, but I think he would have been most proud of being remembered as just as a good person, a good human being, and a good man who really cared about human beings and wanted to see everyone do well.
Yeah. Kevin Powell, I'm sorry for your loss. And of course, a lot of us will be sending prayers to his family and all those who were close to him. Kevin Powell, thank you. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Each Thursday night, he charmed his way into America's hearts, playing Bill Cosby's only son, the lovable Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show.
That part of my shirt?
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, just 13 when the show began.
Look at these sleeves. My arm is the same length, worn out my sleeves. This collar's all crazy and its inside is too big. Tucked it in a little more. It's tucked into my socks.
He would star as the well-meaning but mischievous son until he was 21.
I say chill, homeboy, in my house with Dr. J.
So let's get busy till it comes this way.
Doc was singing to the bridge. Pap, 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 pap.
The hit show, watched by as many as 44 million people, changing the face of TV, focusing on a black family with successful parents raising 5 children.
So, an apartment in Manhattan will run you at least $400 a month.
I'll live in New Jersey.
Figure $100 a month for clothes and shoes.
Figure 200. I want to look good.
Teaching them important life lessons with equal parts humor and love.
Dyslexia, what's that?
It's a disorder in which people see letters backwards or in a different sequence, but Theo doesn't see letters backwards.
That's only one form of it, Mrs. Huxtable. Theo, when you're called upon in class, do you have difficulty finding the correct words to express yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I know what I want to say, but I have a hard time getting it straight in my mind.
Look, he's got it. Let's fix it.
Warner was nominated for an Emmy for the role.
Let me see. Hit a spin. Hit a spin. Oh, boy.
Later, winning a Grammy. Born in New Jersey, he attended a performing arts school in New York City, auditioning for the life-changing role on the very last day of the nationwide search. Cosby handpicking him for the part, which was based on his own son. After the show ended, Warner never stopped working, starring for 4 years in the sitcoms Malcolm and Eddie.
Oh, this is kind of fly. Hey, I can wear this with my top down and a Corvette. Hey, I don't want that.
And read between the lines.
I'm making my famous Alex apple turnovers. But get this, I don't turn them over.
Showing versatility in dramas like Sons of Anarchy.
People on the street say the guys driving the car were East Dub crew.
And most recently, The Resident.
You find me a study that shows that the robotic approach is better than the standard CT surgery, and I will consider it.
Unlike many child actors, Warner seemed to manage the transition from child star to successful adult with ease, recently beginning a podcast about Black life in America.
We're saying not all hood, saying that the hood is bad, but the concept is like what the media shows us is one side of Black culture. That's it. My proudest achievement is being able to have a post-Cosby life and a post-Cosby career and still have my head on as straight as possible. And I've had such an awesome life.
Warner guarded his privacy, married and the father of a young daughter. He was 54 years old.
What a man, what a man. And he did guard his privacy, but often gave glimpses of his family on his social media feed. Once writing of his wife and daughter, "I'll tell you this for free. Spending time watching a movie, then washing our vehicles together, priceless." The outpouring of grief and tributes from Hollywood to small-town America saying so much about Warner's life. Tracy Ellis Ross, who you saw there playing his TV wife, once saying, "My heart is so, so sad. What an actor and friend you were. Warm, gentle, present, and kind." And that's what you seem to hear all the time about him, right?
And you mentioned the child star aspect, because there are so many who really have a difficult time adjusting as adults, and he really seemed to seamlessly transition, which he credited to his mom in large part.
Exactly. He prided himself on the fact that he really kept going and did very well in so many aspects. Won a Grammy, for spoken poetry.
He was so much more than just a Cosby kid.
Absolutely.
A musician, a director, an actor, a father, and a husband. So
that smile just warms the screen when you see.
Loved seeing him in The Resident when he popped up on the screen. I was like, oh my gosh.
So many memories. So many memories.
All right. Hey, Deborah Roberts, thank you for sharing.